We are live, I think, I hope. Um, just gotta make sure this is all working properly. I feel like I do this every time I stream, and I get very anxious before I start streaming. I'm not sure why. Probably because I'm not a streamer, but hello, how is everyone doing today? Um, just gotta fix some things. Right here, there is that title did not update. Update all titles. Okay, hopefully that updates. That was not. Yep, okay. Obviously, I'm not a streamer because I forgot to fix the title on everything. So let's see if that fixed it. Looks like it's good on Twitch, on YouTube. There we go. Give me a sec here, guys. But how are we all doing? It's been a while, and yeah, I have been doing a lot of stuff lately, so I have not been able to upload or stream or do anything as much as I thought I was going to be able to, which simultaneously I didn't think I was going to be able to because I've got a big move coming up at the end of this month, so I was really trying to push myself to get this started, but okay, that's on Discord now. I don't think anyone's going to tune in to this today, but I also didn't tell anyone. But yeah. So today it's a pretty straightforward stream. We've done this before in the I guess for the when I was doing all of the songs from 2025 just cuz I didn't plan this out very well. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And do every single song, which I mean, obviously not every song, but it took forever to get through all of that. So hopefully today is not going to be super long. I've got to be somewhere later today, so yeah, it's like 9:40 right now. I've got to be out of my house to go see my band play because I am no longer part of the band as of a couple weeks ago. Um but yeah, so anyway, we've done this kind of stream before. We've done this kind of stream before. Basically, we're just gonna go through all the Annie songs. Obviously, because this is all copyrighted music, I can't have it playing through the stream itself. So I have my speaker set up here, which hopefully the mic is not going to be picking up. I think there weren't too many issues with that last time, but I have added, or not added, but I've changed the settings on the noise filter and stuff. So hopefully it should only be picking up my voice through the mic. You might get like the odd sound here and there from a particularly loud song, but otherwise, there shouldn't be anything too hard to follow. For Twitch viewers, let me just put the links to the playlists in the description. But you can see on screen right now, I've just uh, ooh. You can see right here, I've just got the where's my finger? You can see I've just got the playlist. I'm gonna link it in the chat right now. The Twitch chat right now. There's two different links there that you can go to if you want to follow along. YouTube, it's just down in the description, so you can click on either one. Unlike last time, where we unlike last time where there was a difference in the playlist between Spotify and YouTube Music, just because there wasn't one of the songs on Spotify. This time they're exactly the same. They should both have all 36 tracks that I've picked out, 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I do yap a lot, so hopefully this is not gonna go over 4 hours. I mean, I can't really have it go that long anyway, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm also very cold. I'm gonna grab a jacket. Give me 1 sec, and then we'll get started here. I did also think about hiding the thing in the back, the whiteboard drawing, just because that video has not come out yet. But screw it. I've been very slow with this, so I think it's probably fine if people can figure out what this is. It's not too hard to guess, but also, um, I'm not gonna elaborate on what the drawing is, what the video is about, so you can make your own guesses, and yeah, we'll just go with that. So anyway, why don't we get started? So let me just pull up the thing here. I don't have pictures to go along, so you'll just have to believe what I'm saying or remember what I'm saying. If you ask in chat or something, I'll try to respond again, just to make sure that we know what songs we're listening to. But let's get started. So, winter 2026 openings and endings. So, the first opening that we're going to be talking about is the opening from Ikoku Nikki. Diary or Journal with Witch, Sonare by Tomo. Amazing show too, by the way. Probably my favorite show this season. So let's get to it. Very nice piano to start us off. I have also been listening to a lot of Tomo lately. Really love the way that she like, I don't know how I'm trying to articulate this, but handles singing. But a very nice, breathy kind of vocal. And I really love this piano backing. It's very, very simple, but there's a lot, there's more going on than it seems like it's coming across, if that makes sense. Ooh, nice string build in there as well. I do really love this very acoustic vibe, but then it's also, we've got the strings and things to make it a little more grand, bring out the full texture. But it feels very intimate, an intimate sort of song, despite also having its grand moments during the chorus. Yeah, this would be a really nice song to learn the piano backing for. Because I'm not really like a cover artist. I don't think I've ever done a cover other than like with my band. But I would love to do like a cover of this just for my own sake, not even like to release or anything. Oh, I love that. I love that little flourish there. Nice little hand claps. Very folky, folky. I guess that's what is kind of giving it that intimate feeling. And I like it. I like it a lot. Very, very intense, like, slow down there. Understated. I guess it's not the chorus. Dun 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 dun. Mm. Ooh, nice, nice cutout of the everything but the piano and her voice. Very nice, very good song. Oops. Okay. Well, now you can see what the next song is gonna be. But yeah, no, that is very a very just like very calming, very nice. I could see that almost even being an ending song, just from the sort of calm nature and how ending songs are a lot of the time. But yeah, I really love the sort of warm, intimate feeling of the just the arrangement in there. You've got it's basically just piano, guitar, or a few guitars, I think, probably at least two acoustic guitars in that mix there, and then having the strings and everything come in for the chorus. That's really nice. It gives it a sort of grand feeling without getting too intense. Like, it still feels very warm. It's just kind of working off of the way that the rest of the song was going prior to it, and then building into that chorus, and then also having some really nice calm sections where the music, or not the music, the backing sort of cuts out everything except for like the piano and her voice. And just, yeah, a very nice, like, sentimental song that obviously fits the vibe of Ikokuniki very, very well. So I really enjoy that. I've really been enjoying a lot of Tomo's music lately, mainly since watching City and hearing her ending for that. That was also a very good song. But yeah, just really good stuff all around there. I think I forgot to mention, or maybe I did mention, but again, if you are tuning in now, this is obviously all copyrighted music, so I can't be playing it through the stream, or my there's not going to be like any audio for the stream in general, and the stream is mostly for my commentary about the music. So if you want to follow along, there are links in the description. Also, if you're watching on Twitch, then it is just the first message there in the Twitch chat. Maybe I should pin that just to make sure. Yeah. Okay, so it is now the manually unpin. No, we don't need to unpin it. Don't need to unpin it. Okay, so it's the pinned message in Twitch chat, if you want to check it out there. But yeah, obviously, because I can't be playing the music through stream without getting all the audio basically just cut out for this video, you will just have to listen along on your own, through your own speakers or what have you, through Spotify or YouTube Music. Both of the playlists are exactly the same, and you can see on screen what part of the song I'm at, just with the time code there, so you can kind of sort of line it up with where I am and what I'm commenting on at any given time. So if you want to follow along, just open it up in a new tab, listen along, pause when I pause, or not. You can just listen to what picks I've had and decide for yourself what you like the most. But anyway, let's move on to the next opening, which is from Kirei ni shite moraimasu ka? What is the English title for that? Wash It All Away. Kirei by You, which I think has quite a much more upbeat vibe than the previous song, which also fits the vibe of the show. So let's get to it. Very simple arrangement, but ooh, some nice sound effects, like not crinkly, like sparkly sounds. You. I feel like I've heard of You before, but I can't think of what I know her voice from, or name from, I guess I should say. Hmm. Ooh, okay, that was a lot different than I thought it was gonna go in the direction for the chorus. I should say, basically after I decided on what songs would be in this playlist, I just made myself stop listening to the openings. I am a notorious opening and ending skipper in general, but it is also to give a more genuine reaction in these sort of commentary videos, because I don't want to know the songs too well. Like, some of them do come up in my playlists, just regular listening playlists, and so I have heard a few of them, but this one I have not heard basically since episode 2 or 3 of the show. I do like this very, like, plucky guitar in the back. Very nice, like super bright arrangement. And some ooh, that piano line. What are all ooh? Hmm. Again, the chorus kind of like throws me a little bit when it comes up. It's not what I'm expecting it to sound like. I don't really have a big expectation, but it's different. Not in a bad way, I should I should say. Ooh, okay, very slow breakdown section. Nice little cello bit there. I do like all of these sort of sound effects that they've added to the mix. It's way more than just like the musical arrangements itself. It's a lot of like really nice sound design in this song. Mmm. Ooh, that was a cool effect. Ooh, yeah, no, these effects, they're really nice. Like, I think that's a thing that gets overlooked in music a lot is like the sound design within music that isn't inherently musical. Because it's very, like, it's really well done in this song, just the way they've got, like, all these sounds. Hmm. Nice little harmonica, melodica type of sound at the end, or not solo, but just a little line there at the end. Okay. Um, yeah, I feel like I didn't actually talk too much about the song itself and was mostly focused on the sound design there, but I think this uh yeah, I kind of like vaguely remembered how that one sounded, but obviously because I put it on the list, it is something that I like, and it has been quite a while since I last heard it. But it's yeah, no, I obviously I did not realize the sound design in that was going to be so cool. I completely just didn't remember any of like the little like sparkly sounds and the way that they have the music, the transitions of having the music come in and out, like when kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It was like almost like all the instruments kind of got sucked in, and then it kind of like reverse did that to bring it back for that last chorus there. A terrible description, but I am not in the sound engineering world, so I don't have the best vocab to kind of describe what I'm hearing. But it was just a very cool effect, and I really appreciate the. What's your opinion on this? Oh, sorry, my screen blacked out for a sec there. What's your opinion on this opening? I will try to check it out at the end. I've got a playlist here, and I'm on a time limit today. So if there's time at the end, I will click on it. But yeah, I've just gotta go. I've got to go through this. No worries, good sir. Thank you. Which show is it from, by the way? I don't want to click the link and then have the thing pop up and different sounds to be coming through stream. But yeah, let me know what that song is, and it might be in the playlist, honestly, unless you've already gone through and seen. But yeah, so yeah, no, just a lot of really cool sound design stuff, and I think that one had a very yeah, just overall really good sound design. Domestic Girlfriend, the hit show. I mean that is from like a super long time ago, one of the best openings, anime openings just in general, and especially of the 2010s. Yeah, I don't I feel like I've spoken on it before in passing, but yes, yeah, no, exactly. Like one of the absolute best things. The show, I mean, as much as everyone hates it, and I mean, like, I was not a particularly big fan of it, I don't remember enough about it to honestly say that I hated it. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. So let's move on to the next opening in our list. So next up, we have the opening from Mayonaka Heart Tune. Uh, Tune into the Midnight Heart, I think is the English title. 月に向かって by Hoshimashi Suisei. I did remember that she did a song this season, but I do listen to a fair amount of Hoshimachi Suisei, and she uh I'm not really like someone who follows VTubers and stuff. I just don't I mean I don't watch a lot of streaming in general, so I just mostly listen to her music when it comes up in my playlists, and yeah, I think I enjoy a lot of her stuff. So let's get to this. English title is Moonshot, apparently. Two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Cool rhythms in there. I really like this melody too. And oh, these rhythms, the rhythms are very cool, but not super like complex or anything, but the way that they are fitting into the mix is very cool. Ooh, nice little piano falling there. Very interesting drum line, like these again, yeah, the rhythms. Very sort of polyrhythmic vibes, but I don't think it is all that polyrhythmic. It's just the way that the drums are hitting the cymbals in a very interesting like pattern here. Ooh, okay. Nice cutout there. Very different sounding mix for verse 2. Common in J-pop songs, but always kind of hits. Ooh, okay. Da 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. I really like that rhythm. What is the count for that? I can't think while the song is playing at the same time. Da 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 da. Okay, it's just syncopations. Dotted quarters. Or dotted eighths, I should say. Very consistent vibe. Like even when it kind of changed up a little bit in the second verse there, the vibe is like very consistent with this one. There's not a lot of changes between like calm breakdowns or like really intense sections or anything like that. As there's one right there, but it's very short, so it doesn't feel like there's much of a change. All right. That was fun. So cool. Yeah, no, like very cool rhythms in there. I really like the chorus where they're using all those dotted eights. The da, 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 da. Wait, is it eight? I know it like it's obviously syncopations, but like what? Da 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 da. Yeah, weird. I don't know why I can't think right now. Sleep deprivation. But yeah, no, like just very very cool rhythms in that I obviously had never noticed before. Like especially I think it was the cymbals from the drums were like really odd accents. I'm not really sure what it was accenting, and it didn't sound bad or anything. I just didn't really know what the accents were trying to hit on, but it was very cool and obviously not something that I would have thought to do if I were writing a song sort of this nature. So yeah, very very interesting stuff there in terms of the rhythms. Musically, I feel like it's not the strongest melody. I mean, it's not a bad melody. It's catchy enough to sing along to, um, particularly the chorus. But I feel like the other two were a little bit more memorable. They had a little bit more memorable, at least single instances in certain phrases. Specifically, I mean, the Tomol song that we heard, where they go when she's going into the chorus and does the na 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 na. That one is, yeah, just very memorable, at least for me. Obviously this is all very opinionated, so yeah, no, cool. These three songs that we've heard so far, they've all been very cool for very different reasons. This one I think just had a lot of really interesting rhythms to follow along with, whereas the first one, um overall vibes, and then again those single instances of like really nice melodic moments, and then the second one, the sound design very cool for that one. So anyway, yes, again, I'll just repeating for the sake of making sure people know when they tune in, that I if you want to follow along, listen to the music, then there are links in the description if you're on YouTube, or the pinned comment on Twitch. Either playlist, Spotify or YouTube Music, whichever you prefer. They're both exactly the same playlist, because I can't play the music through stream without getting copyright stricken, or not stricken, but copyright, um either having all the music muted, or just like basically getting any revenue, not that there will be a lot for this, sent to the I don't even know how they would split that up between however many artists are involved with this, but they would enjoy their, like, at most like 1 yen. But anyway, let's move on to the next opening that I've got here on my list. So next up we have the opening from Darwin Jihen, the Darwin Incident, Make Me Wonder by Official Higedandism. It's been a while since I heard a song by them. I feel like, obviously other than this one. 3, 2, X and Y, remember. This is a very catchy hook. Me wonder. The consistency, like the repetition of it. Such a good hook too, like, oh. Honestly, I'd put that hook on the same level as the Nando demo from Orb's opening. Just like, oh, just such a strong hook. Some cool rhythms there as well. Ooh, okay. Completely forgot how the chorus of this sounded. Interesting that the guitar line is kind of just the same throughout. I don't think it's changed at all. I mean, maybe the chords have a little bit, but it seems like it's been pretty much the same thing from the very start all the way through the chorus. Make me wonder. Cool bass line. Ooh. Ooh. I'm not listening to the lyrics, so I don't know what he was trying to get across with that vibe there. I guess I could pull them up, but then you wouldn't be able to see where we are in the song. Yeah, no. Too hard to see. Let's go back. And I don't want to translate on the fly either. That's too much for my brain to handle right now. Ooh, I do love a good Higedan breakdown. It's, oh, very intense. A lot of reverb on his voice, just like to make it even bigger than it was. Ooh, okay, what? And then completely different vibe. We've got the trap drums in here now. Oh, I love his voice. He's like such a unique singer. Ooh, okay, really nice. Just the two voices there. Really nice. Really nice last chorus here. Is it this, wait, is this even the chorus? Is this it almost sounds like maybe I haven't been paying enough attention. This sounds like not the same as anything we've heard prior. It's almost like the bridge is at the very end. Na 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 na. You make me wonder. It's gonna have a sudden cut right at the end. All right, very cool song. Yeah. Um, Again, like most of these songs, I haven't heard them in full, like their full version, or um, even some of their just 90-second versions since like the beginning of the season. Because again, when I was adding them to the playlist, basically by the time I decided, okay, this is good, I like this, I don't want to spoil myself for it, so that I can have a genuine reaction just listening to it on stream. So yeah, that's the first time I've actually heard that one in full. Very I guess I should say it's less consistent in vibe than the last one that we heard, the Hoshimachi Suisei song. But it again also in a good way, because like you get the really intense breakdown, or should I even call it a breakdown? Just the very intense section after that second chorus there, and like getting some crazy vocals from the singer. I forget his name from Higedam, but yeah, just really really cool. They always like to experiment a lot with their songs that you really don't hear a lot in the 90-second versions. Obviously, again, I haven't heard the 90-second version in a while, but I know that you don't hear a lot of the really crazy like breakdown bits and stuff, because there's not enough time to put that into these 90-second versions. And it just, they always do like really crazy stuff to experiment with, and it's so cool, especially like oh, what's the other song that I was thinking of? I think it was the first Spy Family opening, if I'm remembering right. And I know a lot of people didn't like that sort of opening section where everything was just going crazy, but I thought it was very cool, and you get the same sort of vibe the same sort of vibe with the breakdown here in this song as well. But yeah, just really good stuff. And then always like his voice again cuts through all of the chaos that they like to put into their songs. So overall, very good stuff. And again, super strong hook there, on par with the Nando demo from Orb. Okay, so let's move on to the next opening, which is very different vibe from what we've been listening to. So the next opening is the opening from Champignon no Majo, Champignon Witch, Mahotsukai no Nikki by Rosu. Is this lost? Okay, so let's get to it. I kind of remember how this one sounds. Our first 3/4. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2. I guess it's more of a 6/8. This would be interesting sort of understated waltz vibe. It's very reliant on her vocals, like even in the backing parts as well. But it is giving it like very sort of like fantasy-esque vibes. I mean, we get that with the sort of 6/8 swing that we've got going on. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, something about the vocal heavy arrangement, and then the music box also just, yeah, there's, I don't even know what I'm trying to say about this. It's I really like the atmosphere of it. Like they clearly had a very strong image of what they wanted to go for with this song. And even just looking at that the album artwork over here, it's like in your face, and you can really hear that sort of fantasy vibe that goes with it. And I wouldn't even say that Champignon no Majo is like a very like high fantasy show. It's more of like a light fantasy in the same vibe as like Spice and Wolf. Very different worlds, obviously, but the same level of sort of like magic and mysticism. Really liking the instrument choices too, but especially just like the amount of vocal not even harmonies, just like backing vocal lines and things to push it along. Getting the claps again for that folk vibe. A lot of plucked or like sort of like plucky instruments, I should say. Staccato piano with really only like the strings to sort of break that plucky tension, I guess. But only in small bursts as well. Hmm. Interesting how the drums fit into this. I was thinking it earlier in the song too, just like having the snares doing a bit of like a marching rolled snares there. Um they do fit the vibe of that track a lot, like very well. Even though when I think about it in my head, I'm kind of just like, why does it work? I guess it has almost like a nutcrackery kind of vibe, where because we've got all this like sort of fairy tale fantasy sounds going with the the music box and the staccato piano, some of the plucked strings, plucked, I think there might have been like muted harp or some guitars or something, some kind of muted string instrument to give it just that sort of like dunk plucking sound. um but yeah, no, and then mixing in the drums or the snares really does make it just have that sort of classic ballet sort of vibe. So very very interesting, very cool cool vibe, and very different from everything else we've been hearing so far. Again, a song that could work very well as an ending, but I quite enjoy as an opening. I know we're focusing only on the music today, not the actual visuals of the openings and endings, but I also really like the visuals of Champignon Witch's opening and ending. The animation for the show has kind of gone to shit in the last half of the show, and maybe it wasn't even that great to begin with, but certainly the last half so far has been eh, it's been something. But anyway, let's move on to the next song, which is the opening from Mao no Musume wa Yasashisugiru. The Demon King's daughter is too kind or something in English. We Can Do, not We Can Do It. We Can Do by Ishihara Kaori, who is a singer. I can't remember what she sang that I liked in the past. I think it was the something something no verme. Uh, yeah, something verme. The verme where the guy summons the succubus to be his um or not a succubus. She's basically a succubus. But a demon like lord level demon to be his familiar. Anyway, so let's get to that. Oh, I love this kind of like drum opening. Very cute vibes. Really cute artwork too, having Ishara Kaori with Do. I feel like I say this every time I do this kind of a video, but like I never really notice the piano lines until I'm doing this kind of listening, and I really like the way that they support like like I mean there it comes out prominently, but it's like the other parts where it's just kind of like adding texture. It's always very nice. Very, very bright. I feel like this is almost this might be like not even like a regular major mode. It might be Lydian or something because there's some chords that I'm not expecting. Like chord changes that or not changes, chord progressions where it's going like from one major chord to another even brighter major chord. Ooh, very jazzy piano line. Bluesy line. Ooh. It's so fun. It's such like a silly song. Very like full arrangement too. Sort of a more serious bridge. Ooh, okay, that was not where I thought it was gonna go there. Building back in, leading us into some more bright chords. Very quiet chorus. Is this a key change? I think just it changed back to the original key out of the bridge. Wow. Very intense and full arrangement for what could have been like I think it started off just way more simply, and then by the end you've got like the full big band set, or not big band, but I guess the full pop orchestra band sort of like supporting everything going on for what is essentially like just a more poppy kids song almost, if that makes sense. That's not exactly the best description that I could give to it, but very just lighthearted, fun. You can kind of tell that they like at the very least she was having a lot of fun singing that song, and I imagine that was a fun thing for the musicians as well, because just in my head I'm only like hearing the piano and the horns lines for some reason, but the piano line with the bluesy things that they were doing was very interesting and not exactly what I would have pictured being in this kind of an arrangement, but it did work very well with the everything that was going on, despite not really having that bluesy vibe, even in the breakdown section where things got serious. But yeah, just a lot of fun, very fun stuff, cool things to hear in that. So I'll leave it at that, and let's move on to the next one, which is extremely different vibe just right off the bat. So next up we have the opening from Fate's Strange Fake, Provant. Provant, is that French? Provant, Provant by Hiroyuki Sawano. What is the writing of this name? Sawano Hiroyuki NZK Jean Ken, Johnny, and Takuma. The uh, very weird way to write it, but hopefully it shows up on screen and you can see why I had so much trouble reading that. But very different vibe, definitely. Sawano coded rap, rock rap. Hmm. We're not gonna comment on the lyrics because they're kind of dumb and weird. Uh, but that always tends to happen with Sawano songs, I feel. Like some of them are bangers and some of them have really good lyrics, but I don't think this is one of them. But I do like the sort of like the what is the best way to word this? The sort of like stabbiness of the way that they're delivering everything. Very Sawano coded though. Ooh. I kind of wish they didn't do that echo effect. Just like letting him sing out that line would be really nice, I feel like. Just a copycat. The Sawano drop. I don't. I really don't have a lot to say about this. It's so Sawano coded. Anything like Sawano has like a ton of like fans, so I'm sure people who are watching and listening to his music that they know what they're getting with this song. I've got some comments, but I will save it for now because now the song is finished. Okay. First things first. I said it during the thing. I really like the sort of like I don't know. I guess it's staccato, but because they're like rapping, a lot of things end up being staccato. But the sort of just the way that they were delivering their lyrics is just like it had sort of like a very stabby sort of vibe where everything just like in and out like very very quickly, and then that also was matched very well with the drums. Like I thought the way that it mixed sort of like this sort of and then to I guess balance that so that it isn't just like constantly getting like single attacks at you like that. To smooth things out a bit, we had like the sort of the synth pad layer that's like just going on constantly throughout the background. So you had a nice like balance of I guess almost I guess I'd have to call it like a textural balance between the parts where they're all offsetting each other in a sort of like I guess rhythmic way would make the most sense, but it's more textural than it is rhythmic. I think in terms of how I'm perceiving it anyway. But yeah. On a sort of separate tangent, I still sometimes get comments on videos, specifically the one where I, however many years ago, talked about how I'm not, I'm sort of disillusioned with, what's her name, Kajiura Yuki, and that I still stand by that. I still think that I haven't heard like any of her soundtracks recently. I don't think she writes a lot anymore. She or at least not of the shows that I watch. I haven't heard many things by her. But yeah, and so I'll still get comments on that, asking me why I am bashing her instead of someone like Sawano. And to be clear, I have a lot of the same opinions of Sawano that I hold of Kajira, but what I've always said about Sawano that I like a little bit more than her is that he writes in a lot of different styles. So even though, yes, a lot of his soundtracks do sound kind of the same as each other, like you could basically just mix and match his soundtracks and it wouldn't change the vibe of the worlds all that much. Uh, no better example than the time he did the horse racing show, not Uma Musume, it was some other horse racing show, and it was just horse racing, like a horse racing yaoi bait show, but with a Sawano soundtrack. And then I haven't watched it, but I heard the Rose of Versailles remake movie. He did the soundtrack for that, and someone in my Discord said that it was also it didn't really work with that story. And I can see why, that being like one of the all-time classic shoujo sort of stories with being very having the androgynous female protect, or I'm not even sure. I don't know like anything about Rose of Versailles, but uh I would not have imagined Sawano being the composer for that. But anyway, back on topic. Back to what I was saying. I think that he writes enough of a variety of music so that even when his soundtracks all sound the same as each other, you get a good amount of different kinds of music. Whereas I don't feel like I get that with Kajira. Which is why I don't think it's worth making a video about him. And I stopped doing those videos like way long time ago. Because I didn't like the doing the complaint format, and I don't have that many things to complain about, to be honest. But yeah, so anyway, with this song, I talked about it. I like the stabby bits, and I think that it's how should I put it? If you already like Sawano, then you know what you're gonna get with this song. It's not gonna bring anything new to the table that you don't know about the kind of music that he writes already. And honestly, if you just enjoy it, like I just enjoy the sound of his music. I don't think too deeply about it, and even now, the only thing that's really coming to mind is the stabbiness of the rhythms, and then the sort of offsetting of the textures. So you're not gonna get anything new with it, but it still sounds fun. It has all the classic Sawano isms like the Sawano drop and things like that, and then the silly cheesy rap that somehow always gets into his soundtrack insert songs, as well as like I guess his openings and endings. So yeah, just generally good regular Sawano types of stuff. So yeah, with that said, let's move on to the next opening, which is the opening from Seihantai Kimi to Boku, You and I Are Polar Opposites, Megane o Hazushite by Noah. This one, I have heard the full version of it, but I can't think of what it is. I know I will remember as soon as it starts playing, though. Yes. Also, the coolest opening visuals, like just such an amazing opening sequence, which unfortunately we're not talking about today. We're only focusing on the music, but still, just those visuals on par, if not better than Witch Watches. Nice little E piano line. Counter melody on the E piano. Ooh, chorus. Halftime. Ooh, okay. I like that they're changing up the vibes to give you like different. I've actually really enjoyed the soundtrack for this show a lot too. Just like sort of, it's like an electronic producer I think who's doing it. Ooh, but I'm loving all of these effects. So many cool synth effects. Hmm. Her vocals are not doing a lot, to be honest. I do like the melody, but I feel like uh she's giving me the same vibes that shoot, I'm forgetting his name. I know he's gonna come up sometime later in the playlist. But where she she has sort of like this bored sound to her singing, which I assume is not how she's feeling, but it's interesting that this is the vibe of it. 'Cause I have also heard other Noah songs before where she doesn't sound like this. My favorite being Sen Nichikam, where she has a lot more emotion than she seems to be putting in for this, which is odd, but oh, I love this pre-chorus build-up with a synth. Very intense rhythm guitar. Oh, I'm blurry. Okay. Who is the producer on this song? Because this is like very, like, really, really intricate production on that song. I'm kind of curious now. Let me see. Uh, Megane Ohazushi. Who is it produced by? Genres: Vocaloid, Utaite, J-pop. Is it I mean, I would not be surprised if it's a Vocaloid producer because Vocaloid producers are some of the most insane in a good way, but I mean sometimes it could be bad, but they're like the most insane people. They write the most like crazy intricate uh uh just arrangements for songs, which makes sense because like they're writing the music itself rather than focusing on the vocals. I can't see. I'm sure it'll come up. Someone will know who the producer is on that, and I'm sure it says it in the actual opening video in the stats in the staff roll section. But yeah, no, just like an explosion of different layers and synths that are all very cool, and then like a weirdly intense guitar to support the chorus section. I think it was just like the amp effects and things that they had going on it, but it was like it didn't not fit. It was just like, oh, this is like like a little more intense than I was expecting it to be, but I think the way that they mixed it into the whole mix, maybe it was a mastering thing that they managed to do, made it so it didn't stick out like too intensely with all of it. And then obviously you had like really intense drums going with it as well, so that might have helped to temper the intensity a little bit. But yeah, I did again say it while it was playing. I'm not sure why Noah came across the way that she did in this song. It was like the way she was singing the song was quite bored, almost like she wasn't feeling the song or something. And I do quite like Noah as a singer. I think that she has sung a few songs, just like regular J-pop songs that I've enjoyed. I don't know how many anime songs she's done before. I feel like I've seen her name come up at least one other time, but At least in this case, I know her mostly from I think this song is just called Sen Nichikam. Uh very nice song, and yeah, she puts in a lot more emotion into that one than she does with this. So I'm not sure why uh this was the vibe that they were going for. Um Especially given the crazy intense nature, maybe it was to contrast that and put more focus on the actual musical arrangement than it was on her voice specifically. But yeah, um not a bad song, just a weird choice on either her part or the producer's part, whoever decided that she should be so subdued, I guess. But what do I know? I'm not in this genre of music writing. I am a BGM person. So anyway, let's move on to the next opening, which is the opening from Uruashi no Yoi no Tsuki. Something moonlight dusk, the moonlight something. It's the I don't know what it's called in English. I basically always just remember the Japanese titles unless the English one is significantly easier for me to refer to it by. But anyway, Uruashi no Yoi no Tsuki, Uruashi by Unison Square Garden. And I believe they also did the ending for this show as well, so that's probably going to come up later. Let's get to it. Nice guitar. Ooh. I like there's a slight swing in it. Fun writing. For a shoujo show, this feels like a modernized version of sort of like your 90s type of opening, where it's not specifically the most fitting song for the show in terms of vibe, but it somehow still manages to work. To be fair, I also haven't heard Unison Square Garden sing a ton of different like styles of music before. It always has this kind of a vibe, just at different tempos and stuff. Obviously, I think their biggest hit is Sugar Song and Bitter Song and Sugar Step, Sugar Song and Bitter Step. The It's from like 2014, 2015. I can't remember the name of the show right now off the top of my head, but it was an ending song. That's their most famous song, I think, still. And it is a different vibe from this, but it still feels very like this, if that makes sense. I will say though that I know that the singer, who is the one who I think writes all of their music, also is a ghostwriter and producer for other artists, and he is like an amazing writer. Which is why it's interesting that Unison Square Garden's music themselves always kind of has this kind of singular vibe, but it's not bad. It's just I would not call this one of their better songs. Okay. Some interesting rhythmic things going on in the background in this, specifically at this bridge section. Ooh. Ooh, nice bass. Weird like oh, it is the actual bass just with some effects on it. Nah, the bass thing was cooler, having it pan for each note. Understated chorus, but they didn't really cut out enough for it to have a very dramatic shift. No real dramatic shifts in this. Very consistent vibe throughout, which is not a complaint, but I do prefer songs that have like some more like big vibe shifts. Shooba-dooba, shooby-dooby-dooba, shooby-doo-ha. I do like that. The little shooby-dooby thing. Okay. It's a nice song. It's definitely not my favorite song by Unison Square Garden. Again, that still goes to I think Sugar Song and Bitter Step. From what is that show called? Blood Blockade Battlefront. There. I remember the English title and not the Japanese one. Kikkai Sensen, I think, is the Japanese title for that. Yeah, no, but yeah, there's something about their music that always has like this vibe, and I'm not entirely sure what it is because like you'll hear a different song by them and it'll sound not like this at all, and yet the vibe is still the same even if the sound is not, and I'm not entirely sure what it is about their music that makes them have that, but it is both a good thing and a detriment, I guess, because it gives at least for me personally, it gives me the sort of like the Nickelback vibes where it's like Nickelback is not a bad band by any means, but their music does all kind of sound the same. So I get the same kind of vibe with this. Obviously, very different from Nickelback, but you know, same idea. It's like I do like their music, and obviously the writer, who is the singer for this band, he's like an amazing writer, but all of their music just has that same vibe, and I'm not sure how to best describe what it is because even I'm not sure what it is that makes it sound always like this. Uh, but either way, I still enjoy the song. I do like some of the effects that they had going on. I really like that the bass solo, I guess you could call it, in the bridge where it was just like doing sort of like a running bass line up and down, but also having it pan between both pan on each note that it was playing, and then shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh, the effect that it had on it. So it was like at first I couldn't even tell that it was the actual bass guitar. I thought maybe they were doing like a bass synth thing there. But no, very cool there. I also like the shooby doobas. But yeah, otherwise probably not one of the stronger strong songs from this season. So, with that said, let us move on to the next one, which is the opening from Golden Kamui final season. Ogon no Kanata. Ogon no Kanata, not Canada. Ogon no Kanata by A-Witch. A-Witch, is that how you say her name? I always forget. A-Witch, A-Witch, and Ali. Heyo, 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 heyo. I came in a little early there, but it's fine. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Our second 3/4, but this one is actually in 3/4. Oh, I do love A-Witch, even if I can't remember how to say her name. See, when you want to hear J-Rap, don't listen to the Sawano J-Rap. Listen to actual J-Rappers, because there are good ones, and then there are cheesy Annie song J-Rappers. I really like the contrast between like the rap parts and these like whoa, because it's not too intense, the rap, which by nature you would almost think that like the singing parts should be a lot more soothing, if that makes sense, like sort of calm and like vibey, whereas the rap you would expect to be more like intense, heavy hitting, but it's actually kind of the opposite in this mix in this the way that they've written this. Oh, didn't like that. Kind of wish they had let him just sing it out without putting on that effect. Interesting choice to put the horns in there, but really heavy build in. Whoa! Whoa! I also really like that hook is just it's not vocals, it's just like it's just a chant. It makes me think of like ooh, and a very bright ending. What is this complete vibe shift? I forgot what I was gonna say before this big bright. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying before that that very bright vibe shift happened at the very end there. But yeah, wow, like I like that a lot. Like I kind of vaguely remembered how it sounded because I think this one I haven't heard the full version of. Which and then to be fair, it doesn't actually sound like there weren't a whole lot of changes from the 90-second version from what I can remember and this full version other than that very bright ending which maybe is in the 90-second version but I can't recall. But that was like so like admittedly I am like I do like my hip hop. I listen mainly to like hip hop, R&B and then soundtracks. So it's like a mix of classical with like uh yeah, like hip hop and R&B type music. So admittedly I am sort of biased towards this kind of stuff, but like I really like that a lot more than I uh was expecting to even because like I knew vaguely from having heard the 90-second version what like a few times that I was like, "Oh yeah, like this is my vibe. I like this." And it's also quite different than it seems like it's going to be um going into it because that opening section where they're just I don't know what the lyrics are. I could pull them up, but I don't care to do that. Where it's just like da 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 da, and then they hit us with the ayo ayo. But then we get it. We go into the chant, so we're still kind of like we have this calm vibe, even if it's like it's more intense for the singing parts than it is for the rapped parts. That nice sort of backwards contrast, if you will. Uh, but yeah, I really do like the way that it leads you in with that and then switches to the rap. But then I guess because the rap is sort of the calmer part of the two sort of uh ways that they're singing the song. So there's the rap and then there's the sung parts. I think it's just a really interesting way to sort of like keep your intensity levels or like the listener's intensity levels kind of constant while still changing the levels of intensity in like you know the actual presentation of the music, the performance of it all. So just like very cool stuff there. And then they're also like yeah, I do love a witch. Again, I'm hoping that is how you pronounce her name because I always forget. And then Ollie always hits. Ollie always hits. I won't say that they never miss. There have been a few songs that I haven't really liked by them, but they I would prefer to say they always hit rather than they never miss. So anyway, yeah, that might be I think that might be fighting for my top opening as of right now, but we'll have to see. Which is interesting because I wrote it in red on my list, which means that I was kind of on the fence about it, but definitely not now that I've heard it in full. But anyway, we've got a lot more to go through. So next up, we've got the opening from Kaya-chan wa Kowakunai. kowakunai. Kaya-chan wa kowakunai. Kaya-chan isn't scary. Maboroshi no Yukue by Isekai Jocho. I do not remember how this one sounds. I kind of know how the ending sounds, but let's hear this. Just kidding, I remember how this sounds. Really, like, interesting sounding guitar there at the beginning. That opening guitar, I really like the sound of it. Almost like it's coming through an old filter. Like shitty speakers almost, but ooh, cool falling effect there into the glass shatter. Tons of like synth effects going on as well. Ooh. The cutout. I love when there's a good cutout and just like a little like diddle-diddle. Any song that does that will always get me with those. There is a lot going on in this arrangement. Like this is like information overload. There are way too many layers for me to focus on one. You've got strings going with the main guitar line, the melody line. There's like 10 different layers of synth. And it's changing constantly. Like now we've got like a violin or like fiddle solo thing, but now we've got the quiet breakdown, but now we're coming back in with these hits and like ugh, and then the chorus is like everything all at once. It's a lot to take in. I'm like I can't focus on just one thing. Even her singing, like she's got a bit like a nice piercing melodic line and her voice is coming through, but like there's just so much. It is also switching a lot between like very bright chords and quite dark chords. And I don't think it's the chords themselves that are all that different from like what you would hear in a normal like any other kind of J-pop song that's similar to this, but like I think it's just the level of intensity really makes you feel the brightness of the majors or like the darkness of the minors. Okay, I think in those last like 10-20 seconds, I finally kind of got with the vibe of how intense it was, but I'm gonna be honest, I was trying to find like specific things to sort of to talk about throughout that, and just like at every single moment it's like even when they were cutting out instruments and like going with less layers at a time, it was changing so much between sections. So when I said keeping a consistent vibe but or is good, but like I do prefer there to be a bit of a variation throughout. A little too much. A little too much going on in this one. Like the variation again, it did have a consistent vibe. I will give it that. but also really quick changes in short bursts, uh, coming all the time, and then the chorus is just like, let's just have every layer going at full blast, and then uh, as much as I think the her sung melody probably was quite I think it probably could be quite memorable if not for the fact that like everything else going on in the song was so distracting for me specifically. I don't know how like someone else listening to this, but for me I felt like so distracted by all the other parts going on and trying to find something to latch onto where usually you would um just by nature of being human, we always do tend to latch onto voices. So that's why, partly why vocals and singers are always sort of like the face of like bands and whatever. Even if they're not specifically like the band leader, they're the face, and so we latch onto them. They're the one that people gravitate towards. Um, and yeah, it's I didn't think it could be done, but they really were like, you are not, you're gonna have a good line, a good sung line, a very like intense melody and something to make you stand out. But we're also going to take every other instrument and have you battle against it in the chorus to the point where I couldn't find a latching point to any of it, which is a shame because I do think if I were to give this a few more lessons, I could probably start to break it down a little better, but that's not the point of how this all works right now. I'm just giving more or less first impressions on all of these full versions of the songs from the perspective of someone who writes music. So this is like, ooh, it's a lot. It's a little too much. Uh and it's a shame because I do think there's a lot of good stuff that went on in this. I just couldn't specifically tell you any one single part other than maybe the very opening. I really like the effect on that guitar to have it sound like it's coming through like uh old speakers. Because everything after that was like, all right, now we're going full throttle. So I will leave it at that and move on to the next opening, which is from Isekai no Sata wa Shachiku Shidai, Magic by Kobore. Oh, something much more easy to follow. Just a nice classic band setup. A simple but like nice melody. A good hook in that melody there. Na 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 da da. So far, I'm not having any like anything specific to say. It's just kind of like generally nice, like a nice J-pop song. That's kind of cool. The trash can drums. Hmm. I really like this hook. Very nice, easy to follow hook. And enough like sort of or not tempo variations, rhythmic variations from the drums, so you get some halftime every once in a while. So now we're going halftime. The chorus is obviously double this, but then in the chorus itself too, switching between half and double, or not double, I guess, half and regular time. Nice build up, classic J-pop build up into the chorus. Are we gonna get a cutout? Nope, just go straight into it. Okay, I think it could have worked either way. Pretty basic solo there. Yeah, really not a ton of comments, just by contrast to the song we just listened to before this. This is like, this is very pleasant because of how simple it is. It's no more than it's trying to be. I do like that trash can drumming. Na, 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 na. He's got an interesting voice too. Like it's breathy when he's not singing in this upper register. So like we get a sort of like nice clean vocal when he's doing the chorus, but then during the verses he's a lot more breathy and sort of not vocal fry-ish, but it sounds like he could fall into vocal fry at any point in the verses, but during the chorus it's like, no, I sing with clarity. So interesting way of like switching between those two styles of singing almost, but I think that's just the natural sound of his voice. Yeah, comment wise, I think I said everything while it was playing. He has a nice voice. Interesting how it switches like between the breathy sort of verse singing versus the very clear soaring, piercing chorus vocals. And yeah, no, sounded very good. The build into the chorus had that little like trash can drumming thing that I thought sounds pretty good. I like it a lot, even though it could have done without it and still sounded just as good. But I think it was an interesting little variation. And honestly, I think I'm just comparing this song to the previous one too much right now because it was so much easier to follow. Had a really nice hook that wasn't really battling the arrangement at all, and yeah, just a very nice, basic sort of J-pop, J-rock song. I don't have complaints about it. I also don't have any like huge standout comments about it. I just think it's pleasant, it's nice. Yeah, I enjoy it. So let's leave it at that and move on to the next one, which is the opening from which one are we on? Oh, the opening from Oshinoko Season 3, Test Me by Chanmina. I do like the hook in this as well. Just the one hook in the chorus. Interesting mix. Parlor style, like, simple piano chords. Some clapping going on as well. Interesting choice. That's me! Something about this song gives me very, like, Western pop vibes, almost. I think part of it is her voice, because she has that, what is the word I'm looking for? It's not a growl. She's, like, the opposite of a growl. Like an intentional pushing for a note where she's going for the test me. I'll point it out again when she does it, but and then I think the arrangement is also not very Japanese in style. So it's an interesting shift away from the things we've been kind of hearing. Yeah, the test me. Yeah, the sort of like intentional belt, but like the belt that has the slight like like she's really pushing for it, and like you can tell it's intentional, or at least I can, but I'm not sure how to describe how you can tell it's an intentional push for the belt, where I feel like she could have She didn't put it in as much in that one. It's just the style that she's singing in, but it's kind of it's interesting. It gives me almost like like a burlesque style of music, if that makes sense. Like I think that's also to do with the mix. You've got the sort of again the parlor style like simple piano chords, just constantly playing the quarters throughout the whole song, and this sort of like wavy guitar line. Um, yeah, I talked throughout that entire thing, so I caught less of it than I should have, but just overall like a very interesting vibe, so different from like everything else we've heard because it's not very Japanesey. Like I guess it's hard to say what the vibe is specifically because everything we've heard before this has also had like they've all differed from each other, but they all have that sort of like you can tell it's like a Japanese song, like a like Japanese in style and everything. Even in the J rap where like there's you have like very different styles of J rap. You've got like the Sawano J rap, which is sort of like cheesy, weird anime style J rap. If that makes sense, I'm not sure how to best describe it, but that it's a style I only ever hear in anime soundtracks and songs where they have this weird style of J rap. And then you've got like the actual J rap, which is in like the Golden Kamui song. Um, so, but like even amongst that, like um, all of the songs we heard before this felt very Japanese, whereas this one feels a lot more Western in style. Not specific, like yeah. How do I want to describe this? It's interesting. Like I don't know the best wording to describe what makes this sound so different. Again, I think like obviously having it be sort of like almost burlesque style, um, is quite different than what we would hear uh out of anything from Japan because burlesque is I mean it exists in Japan but it's not something I associate with this culture as much as being able to picture it in a western setting. So this kind of song and style of music just fits that image so much more than it does with your usual Japanese song. So I think overall what I really like in this is that it's just like a step away from the norm, and the vibe of it is very um different than what we would normally get in this kind of music. This, at least for what it was made for, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Um, and then yeah, also like her vocal, like I said at the very beginning, I really love the hook, the "test me" hook, but like just the way she sings it too, like she's very intentional with how she's sort of like forcing the belt out. Where I'm almost certain that in I haven't heard a lot of other music by Chanmina. I have heard like a little bit, but not enough to say confidently. But I'm pretty sure like she can sing that high normally without doing the "Kiss me" sort of like pushing it out vibe. She can just like hit those notes normally, but I think because of the vibe of the song, the way that she wanted to present this, it really worked, and I think it really helped sell the whole vibe of the burlesque style of music that they were going for. So very cool, very interesting, and like a nice step away from the kinds of things we've been listening to. But we will return to arguably the most Japanese sounding song on this list, which is not an opening or an ending, but I put it with the openings just because I didn't know where else to put it. This is the insert song from episode 1 of Oshinoko season 3, Be no Revenge by B Komachi. So this is the idol song that they sing only in as the opening of, or was it the ending? I can't remember. It's at the very beginning or the very end of the first episode of season 3. So let's get to it. So hopefully you can tell what I mean when I say like that previous song and this song, you can tell one is very Japanese and one is not at all. So we're not going to judge the vocals too much because they are voice actresses, and while yes, voice actresses are trained singers as well, they're not like singers. Oh, but I do like those heavy brass hits. Burm, 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 burm. On rising, just a lot of different rising sounds into this very bright, idly style of singing for the chorus. Ooh, that's a fun chord to end on. Different than what I was expecting it to be. It has become kind of like a common thing for J-pop to incorporate like trap sections. Like not like trap vocals or anything, but like trap style drums and like synths and everything into their songs. I just think it's funny still. I don't think I'll ever really get over the incorporation of trap into J-pop. Okay. Heavy, but also not too like not fast. That's a nice callback to the other song by Bikomachi. Really nice bass line, just like running all up and down. Actually, bass line going crazy, damn. Yeah, I really like that chorus. That chorus. I guess it's not the very last chord, but it's the one that's leading up to the last sort of part of where revenge, like that sort of suspended sound. Because it's not they do resolve it with the very last one, but only for like a short blip because they just say G and then it's over. But yeah, no, that reminds me a lot of the ending from the first season of Bunny Girl Senpai, which I should not be forgetting the name of that song because it's so famous in Japan, at least, like amongst my age range ish. Because of I don't even know what about that song made it so popular, but like I'm forgetting the name of it now, and I should not be. But yeah, they also utilize that, and that's the song that I feel like I know the best that utilizes that sort of suspension at the very end, that specific suspension. So hearing it in this, I was just like, why this sounds like something else. Um, but yeah, no, very cool mix of instruments and I mean like a lot of obviously synthesized instruments as well as also like the electronic instruments, you know, electric guitar, um guitars and bass. The bassist like went off for the chorus. Holy, just doing those walking running bass lines is not easy. Like I'm not a bass player. I'm not any sort of string player at all. But having spoken to enough bassists, they constantly talk at least of the ones that I've spoken to, they've all said like a walking bass line is one of the hardest things to do. And I we'll take them at their word for that. I don't know what about it makes it so difficult. Probably just because you're constantly playing like you're going to different notes all the time. So I think they just have to constantly be on time, hitting all of these different notes without messing it up, because otherwise them being the bass throws off the vibe. Uh, but yeah, no, just like a lot of really interesting things. I really love the low horn hits. Those they're not actual horns, I think. I think it's just synthetic MIDI horns, or at least like a sound bank of horns. But you hear them in Idol as well, whereas like Idol has them at the very beginning, like boom, 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 and they did come up again here. So I think this song had a lot of callbacks to previous Oshinoko songs, which was a nice touch, because like having those the sounds that kind of came out of Idol, as well as obviously making the more obvious anime related callback to what's the name of the song, Anata no Idol, something like that. Yeah, just a really nice way to incorporate things that we're familiar with while also being a completely new song. So I actually really like that one. And again, compared to the actual opening, very Japanese, whereas the actual opening, not so Japanese. So just a nice mix of music there. So let's move on to the next opening. We've got 5 more openings here. We have the opening from Frieren Season 2, Lulu by Mrs. Green Apple. And this one I've also written in red, so that means I'm kind of on the fence about it, apparently. But let's see, I kind of forgot how this sounds. Very strange piccolo sound at the start there. Squeaky piccolo. Very heavily filtered strings. Interesting strings. Ew, well. So much portamento. It is funny, like going between these different songs, how different the vibe is between each song. Because this arrangement is so simple, and we're much more chill in our vibe. Okay, I don't know this chorus like at all. Ooh, nice guitar line. Wow. Lead guitar. Like, not even a very intense, piercing sound, but just, like, some really nice things in there. Also, that was a nice string thing, and now we're suddenly, like, full orchestra and choir. Mrs. Green Apple, but sounding like old school Sekai no Owari. Boom, 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 boom. That's fun, having the strings do that on, not on the beat, but on the offbeat. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, they didn't even do it that time. Da, da. Ooh. Was that a celesta? Or just a piano? It sounded more like a celesta for a second there, but then piano. No, that's definitely a celesta. Cool. Cool mix. I mean, they've already introduced the entire orchestra, so what difference does it make, but... Wait. Ooh, wait, did we... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We changed time signatures! Let's go! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Hey! Yes, feed my composer brain with music metric modulation. Nah, nah. Going like really high. Key change for the final chorus. I think this might be the first time we've heard that actually. God, he can sing so high. I forget his name. Something something Motoki. And I do like the simplicity of this. There's like a few different rhythms going on, so but it's not like a very intense polyrhythmic section or anything. I think just after having all the big grand build up, cutting out to have just like a few instruments, but like where you can hear each of them doing their individual parts, and then just like having the little chorus going na na. Very nice, very cool stuff there. Ugh. Some of it I wasn't expecting. Like I mean, obviously I always hear like the very first little bit of the songs, even if I skip them in for the openings when I'm watching the show. So I have heard like that high like flute piccolo thing doing the at the beginning. Um but interesting that they chose to put that in there and then just it doesn't really come back at all, other than when it's joining the full orchestra, but then at that point you're not really hearing it as its own individual part. Um and what was I trying to say? I had something in mind and I am completely forgetting about it. I mean, there's a few different things. I like the little like string falling things that are going on the off beats instead of just on the on beats. Um, Not as complex as doing something like syncopations, but for the effect that they were going for, it works a lot better just to do it on the off beats. Um, what was I trying to say? Cool guitar line. Uh, it's I'm blanking. I'm completely forgetting. Um, I do think the build up into the full orchestra was like kind of crazy because I didn't think it was gonna go that intense. It did just kind of seem like it was gonna be, um, like a slight build up into the chorus, and it did for like the first part of the chorus. It's just like okay, we've got our regular vibes. We've gone from this sort of like quiet, calm, uh, verse section. There's a bit of a build up in the pre-chorus, and then for the chorus, you've got like a little bit more band heavy, and there's a lot more instruments. The strings are being a little bit more intense with their textures, but otherwise, we're normal. It's this is about what we expect. And then in the second half of the chorus, they're like, but more. And just like here's the entire orchestra, here's a full choir section, we're just gonna go all in and then back to the verse. Um so I thought that was really cool. The way it was handled, it actually worked really well, even if it was surprising. It was surprising, but not poorly handled. I just wasn't expecting it, but then it still kept the same vibe. So when it came up the second time, um, and I heard it again, it was kind of like, oh well, like I'm prepped for this now, and now that I know that it's coming, it does actually sound like it's all supposed to be here. So very well arranged and everything. Again, I'm forgetting the name of the singer. His full name. I just know his first name is Motoki. Um, but yeah, he writes all their music, so good on him. I don't know if he specifically did like the arranging. I would imagine not. Uh, just because writing for orchestra is a very different beast than writing for a band setup. So um I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. He's a good writer. I like a lot of Mrs. Green Apple's music, and yeah, that's just good stuff. And like again, like I said at the very end, when they cut back to just like a few instruments, where you can very clearly hear each individual line doing like slightly different rhythms and like just intermingling with each other. I thought that was very nice, a very good mix. Before we move on to the next one, I just have to run to the bathroom quick. So I'll be back. All right, so let's see. What have we got next? So I don't know why I was on the fence about that one. I think maybe because you don't hear the intense orchestra things, but yeah, um, definitely it does deserve to be here. So far, the two on the fence picks that I had for my things have been definitely here, deserve to be here. So next we have uh the opening for Jigokuraku Hell's Paradise Season 2 Kaskana Hana by Kitani Tatsuya featuring Baby Metal. This is actually the first song on this list from a show that I'm not watching this season. There's a few. I made sure to include a few, but yeah, I'm not a big battle shonen fan. I watched season 1 of Hell's Paradise and I was like, that's enough. I don't need any more. Um so yeah, let's get to it. Okay. Oh, he came in super low there. Kitari Tatsuya doesn't usually sing this low. Interesting. Not that I didn't think he could, but he's usually like quite a bit higher in the range that he sings in. And a classic Kitani Tatsuya sound for the chorus. Dun, 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 dun. I kind of wish they would do a little bit more interplay with the singing, because it's just kind of like, now it's your turn, now it's my turn, now it's your turn, now it's my turn. Um, and I think it can be really cool when singers like kind of like take over each other's lines as they're going through the song, or even just like I don't know, just it feels like it feels a little too straightforward. Ooh, oh, what are these rhythms? Okay, okay. So there hasn't really been anything too special about the song. This one was also an on the fence thing. And to be fair, since I'm not watching the show, I really don't know this song much at all. It's fun. It's a nice sounding song, but there's it does leave something to be desired. Like it's like the song itself is fine, but I know that they could have done more with this. Like there's a nice driving this part, and like obviously all the other parts of the chorus that did the same thing. I do like the driving force behind it with all these different rhythms, or not different rhythms, but you know the way that they have it progressing very rhythmically, like da 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 da, and then having the constant like pulse going like dun 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 dun, so that you're really getting that driving force to carry it forward. But I feel like given the powerhouse names of Kitani Tatsuya and Baby Metal, they really didn't cash in much on that. It just felt kind of like I don't even know what to say. It kind of just felt like they were asked to do a song together, but they didn't really have any direction, so they were just like, all right, I'll sing my part and then you sing your part, and then I'll sing my part, you sing your part, and then we'll sing the chorus together, and then we'll just repeat that until the end. Um, which I don't know. I feel like they're, especially with like such powerhouse singers like these, with such name brand value, you could get so much more interesting stuff out of this. And then also the music itself was just kind of pretty straightforward for both of them. Um, and I don't know. I almost feel like Kitani was like, I don't know who wrote the music for this, so I don't know if it was them. Uh like obviously they collaborate to do the lyrics and stuff, but like they had Kitani singing pretty low, which didn't sound bad, but it's not where I would typically think of his vocal range being in. His main vocal range. He did go up at certain parts, but like he was fairly low for most of it, and I almost wonder if it's because they didn't want his voice to clash with Baby Metal's, but they're already singing so much higher than he would even when he's in his higher range that I don't understand what the choice was for that there. It just it something about it. I feel like there were some weird choices made with the song. Not that the song sounded bad, but I think just for the level of performers that these two are, I mean, Baby Metal as an entity, and then Kitani as himself, they really didn't do all that much. So, yeah, a little bit disappointing. Again, nice sounding song overall, but just not at all on the level that I think it could have been. Even just improving like some small things, I think, like having more interplay with their words, the lyrics, having them like come in and out of each other's parts. Um, just a little more smoothly, or like in a more musically fun way, lyrically fun way, because they were just kind of, again, like I said, it's just like, here's my part, now it's your turn, now it's my turn again, now it's your turn, and now we're together for the chorus, and then now we do the same thing over and over again. And like I think there's been many examples of past like Annie songs and like regular J-pop songs as well, where interplay between featured artists is just a lot more interesting. So yeah, kind of disappointed with that one. So it being written in red, my on the fence list, I think this one falls more to not a top song of the season, just like a regular opening. So anyway, let's move on to the next opening, which is another show that I'm not watching, season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen, Aizo by King New, which I've also written in red. So let's see. Ooh, very Japanese. Hichiriki. And then nope, not Japanese. Love me, kill me, kill me. So I am gonna, because I'm not watching the show, I haven't actually seen the opening sequence, but I'm confused by what that opening bit was about. Interesting to have. I mean, I guess it makes sense having the heartbeat kick drum going. Dun, dun, dun. King New always does like very cool vocal effects. Fun bass line as well. Dun, 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 dun. Dun. I do like this like very intense contrast between like, I guess this is the bridge, but even still, like between the verse and the chorus, just having it like so intense for the chorus, and then the verse is a lot more like deep, heavy, like heartbeat sort of vibes. And now we're very Japanese again. We've got a shamisen. And the Shichiriki again. Not Shichiriki, Hichiriki. But now they're in the mix. Okay, that's cool. So they did bring it back. I'm glad they brought it back. Ooh, I like this sort of watery synth. Ooh. All right, this is cool. There's like I'm not I'll be honest, I'm not always like the biggest fan of King New, but I do acknowledge that their music has like a lot of like cool stuff going on in it. Like they're always very intricate and they're always willing to experiment. So I do appreciate a lot of what they do musically when they're making their music and the way that it turns out. Uh, even as someone who's not necessarily like the hugest fan of the music that they make, but even then, like I can still acknowledge just how cool it is and like the level of thought that goes behind the composition and arranging process and the mixing and everything. So they're always very particular about the things they want to do, and I'm very interested to know what the reason to incorporate the like traditional Japanese instruments in this was, because like I guess you could say like, oh, Jujutsu Kaisen bases a lot of things on like old Japanese mythology and stuff. I guess it's not specifically Japanese. I guess there's like it's Japanese take on some Buddhism things. I'm not entirely sure. I don't subscribe too much to uh Jujutsu Kaisen just because again I'm not really a battle shonen fan, so I don't really care about what goes on, and I'm not watching the show anymore. Um, but yeah, interesting choice, especially like shamisen will come up in some songs sometimes, so that didn't surprise me too much. But the hichiriki, that sort of like whiny nasally sound at the very beginning, and then when it came back with the shamisen in the middle of the song too, that's what that instrument is, and it's very very Japanese sounding. So I'm just like I'm interested to know why they decided to incorporate that in. It did work. At the very beginning, it was a little bit more confusing just because they suddenly cut it off and were like, okay, now it's time for our like crazy chaotic King New isms. But then when they incorporated it back in, that kind of tied it back together, which was nice because sometimes you'll find in J-pop songs that when the do something at the beginning and then just never reference it again through the rest of the song, and it's kind of like, why did it even come up? So yeah, I am glad that they brought it back in. But yeah, very cool song. So this one, yeah, this does deserve to be here, which is good because like as someone who's not watching the show, a lot my biases do tend to lean to the songs that I'm more familiar with. So yeah, good stuff. Cool, very cool music there. So we got two more openings before we get to the endings. The next opening is the opening from Eris no Seihai, the Holy Grail of Eris or something. Happy Ever After featuring Yuka by Washio Reina. I don't know either of these singers, so let's see how it goes. Okay. Hmm. Nice vibe. Really nice vibe. Hmm. Ooh, I love this beat. Oh, I didn't mention, but I'm also not watching this show. I do plan to. Ooh. Are they still building into the chorus, or is this the chorus? Oh, okay, now we're building, now we're dropping and building it again? Okay, going double time as well. I do prefer the vibe for the verses, but I'm really liking this keyboard line as well. I don't know what it's doing. It's like very odd rhythms. Ooh, nice. Da 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 da. Ooh, like big slowdown there. Okay, so this is a little bit more what I mean when I say like I like this is a nice interplay because they have similar voices but they're different enough that you can tell when one of them is singing versus the other, and they're interplaying a lot more than like Kitari Tatsuya and Baby Metal were for their song. So this one is like this is the kind of interplay that I like when you have like a featured artist. It's like make use of the fact that there's two of you or like multiple of you, and so one person can go and then the other can kind of like slide in as you're like it just to mix it together a bit, like sing with each other, don't just sing like in sequence, right? And even though they are kind of like taking turns, they are like kind of like working themselves in and out of each other's lines. And I don't even mean that lyrically because I'm not paying attention to the lyrics. But yeah, like see, like right there, she just kind of like picked up right off where the other singer had like dropped out. They're like passing the baton as opposed to being like, okay, now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. Da, 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 da. Hmm. Cool walking bass line, but still the piano or keyboard doing some crazy stuff in the back. And we're gonna end on this super cool beat. Oh, it's so good. And then a record scratch. Oh, stop. Okay, well, you can see what the next song is too. But wow. Okay, so that again, Eris no Seihai, another show I'm not watching. Also, this next one is like Medalist I haven't started, so I do plan on watching it as well. But yeah, no, that was very very cool. Like that beat, oh, such a good beat. The chorus, um, not that the chorus sounded, but the chorus also sounded very good. But like that kind of beat that was playing in the verses and then at the very end of the song as well, just like that's my vibe. I love that kind of stuff. um but yeah, again, like I was saying, just when you have a featured artist, utilize them, interplay, don't just like stick to one thing and like yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get too into it because I'm running out of time and I'm not even done the endings or openings yet. So yeah, just that was arguably one of my favorites that I've heard. I think it might actually be a contender for one of the top openings of my list. But yeah, we will see. But before we get to that, we're not going to do that for until the end of stream. But yeah, let's just move on. So I'm gonna try and keep my comments short from now on, so I have time to finish this up, and then yeah, then I can still make my get everything done before I need to leave. So yeah, next up, another show I'm not watching, the season 2 of Medalist opening, Cold Night by Hana. Oh wait, I am familiar with the song. It's come up in my like just regular music playlists before. No 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 no. I didn't realize it was the Medalist opening though. I just living here and listening to a lot of J-pop, you just start hearing songs and you don't realize that they're related to anime. This feels very nostalgic to me. Something about the vibe of it, plus those kind of like the chorus chanting vocals, um, brings me back to like mid 2010s music. And it makes me feel like I'm a uni student again. Hmm. Hmm. Very clean mix. Like, there are a lot of elements in it, but they're not overwhelming. But yeah, this does have those mid 2010 vibes. Not the year of 2010, but like the 2010s, so like 2015, 14, 15, 16, around that era. That almost sounded like it was gonna go into rap, which would have been very unexpected for this song. But then because it does also remind me of like Waving Flag by who was it? Chaos? Kaon? Not Kaon. Chaos. Uh it wouldn't have been unwelcome, just not what I was expecting for this song, so I am slightly glad that it didn't. It does have a really nice flow between each section. Like everything really leads well into and out of the like into in and out of itself. Like there's like intense sections, like this isn't even the most intense that it sounded, but like this is more intense than like this is more intense. But like everything just feels like it's flowing very well. There are nice transitions. Even when there's like a hard cut transition, it still seems like it works very well. Yeah. Um nice song. Very nostalgic vibe. Again, it reminds me a lot of sort of that like mid 2010s vibes styles of music, pop music that you would hear even in like Western music. Like this had a very Japanese vibe to it. Again, most of the songs in here do, but it's so yeah, something about it just like I think again the chanting chorus vocals, the style, the amount of like the specific like type and amount of reverb they had on her voice for her vocals, so she sounds kind of like ethereal. um and it was like a mix between like Waving Flag. I think the artist for Waving Flag is Chaos. Is that his name? What was it? Now I'm gonna look that up and I know I'm wasting time. Waving, oh yeah, it is Chaos Waving Flag. Okay. Yeah, it gave me those kinds of vibes mixed with like Amuro Namie from like yeah, mid late 2010s, I want to say, like 2016 17 era. Um and yeah, just like so for me at least, nostalgia vibes to being a uni student and coming to Japan for the first time and stuff like that. But that's because I'm old. So but yeah, just all around good. I don't have too many comments. Again, like I was saying, very nice flow in and out. Kind of glad it didn't go into the rap that it sounded like it could have gone into. Again, as much as I love rap, that I don't think it would have fit the vibe of this song uh super well. So glad it didn't for this one specifically. But yeah, no, just overall good song. I like it a lot. And I will be glad to hear it again when I eventually watch Metalist because I really want to. I just haven't found the time to do so. But anyway, that is the end of the openings. We've gotten through all of them. It took about 2 hours. I'm gonna need to speed things up though if I wanna be able to get out of here on time. So, we're gonna speed run through these endings. Hopefully speed run through them. So let's just get to it. I'll keep my comments short and sweet. So next, let's start off the endings with the ending for Ikoku Nikki, A Journal with Which, Kotozute by Bialystalks. Don't know who they are. I feel like I might have seen their name before though. I went into this a little bit too hype. I forgot that endings are usually this kind of a vibe. Almost like Beatles vibes. Interesting bass sound too. It's very muted almost. Ooh, I like that. Hmm. Hmm. Very Beatles coded. Yeah, I don't know if I know this band or not. I feel like I might have like randomly heard them in a playlist before, but just not really clocked them as someone that I'm super interested in, but like I do like that it's constantly just I don't know if two of them are singing or if it's just a chorus effect on one singer's voice, but I do like that they're just singing everything together the entire time. Is this up? Ooh, very low, like standing bass, bowed bass. Uh, Interesting horns. Flugelhorn, and maybe a trombone and trumpet as well. I can't tell what they are exactly. Very interesting mix of instruments. Either a very velvety filter on a trumpet or a flugelhorn player going very high. Oh, just kidding. This is definitely not a trumpet. This is like an EWI, electric wind instrument. Ooh, ooh, it sounds so good. The melody on this though, really cool solo there. So, given the chill vibe of this one, I can see why it's an ending, but I could almost imagine the ending and opening for Ikokuniki switching. Because this one's quite bright, and so it feels like it would fit the vibe of an opening, whereas the opening of Ikokuniki has a lot more drama to it. Like, it feels very dramatic in comparison. So I feel like the vibe of it would fit an ending, even if the music itself does feel like these two songs fit where they do. It's just such an interesting like group of instruments that they brought for this mix. And I honestly think that EWI solo was probably one of the coolest solos we've heard out of any of the songs so far. But yeah, I do love this soft brass section supporting it all. It's very nice. Like at first I was kind of thinking like, oh, okay, we've hit the endings. The songs are not as interesting. Like they rarely are as interesting as the openings, but you know, we've got to get through them. But yeah, no, wow, just what a cool mix of instruments. And like again, EWI solo, electric wind instrument. Don't sleep on them. I mean, I guess technically you can get like any sound out of them, but I feel like they have a very specific sound versus like a keyboard synth or something where you could technically get the same sound, but it feels different whenever you hear one. So yeah, very cool stuff. I'm very glad that's on the list. So next we've got the ending for Kirei ni shite moraimasu ka, Wash It All Away, Kotoba no Koro by Kyora Natsumi. First Flush. That is an interesting English title, but sure. Also, I said kotoba. That's not kotoba, it's wakaba. Wakaba no koro. Which is like first new leaves. First flush. Weird. Nice melody. Really nice melody line, actually. Again, I like the little bits of variation, like where they're able to add in like these sections, like these sort of short, choppy sections amongst all of this very nice flowiness. Because it really does help just add a little bit of intrigue and variation to the music that you need for this. Like you need to keep people's attention, honestly. Very nice, like such a nice melody. Oh, I love this pre-chorus. That's this rising like oh, held it. That was held for a little longer. Weird flute trills, but okay. Weird flute trills. I don't really like those. I do like how it rises in, but then they didn't need the trill. Just a held note would have been perfectly fine. But I do get the vibe they're going for it. I've got a lot more instruments all of a sudden. And it wasn't all of a sudden, I just wasn't noticing them until right now. Castanets. I really like this mix. Like, such a nice mix of instruments here. It feels very warm. It's very warm, like a nice hug. But then you've got, like, the weird flute thing that's supposed to be kind of like a bird. Nice. Cutting back to just the piano and bass. And some cymbals on the drums. Bringing the guitar in. Strings are coming in. Really nice, like, gradual layering to come back. I mean, it's such a basic concept, but just the way that they're doing it in this song, I feel like works really well. Again, I'm not a huge fan of that flute trill, but I fully get what they were going for with it. Nice piano line. Ooh, chromatic fall on the strings there a little bit at the end. Oh, I love these kinds of endings too. Just like non-rhythmic, just like playing out in the chord. Just just such nice vibes for that whole thing. Just a nice warm hug of a song. So nice. Um and like again, I said it like that might be one of the stronger melodies we've heard of any of the songs. Uh I mean, this is only the second ending, but you know, compared to all the openings as well, I really think that that melody itself, uh, from because like it wasn't like just the verse melody or just the chorus melody, like it all just like sounded very nice. I was following along with it, kind of, sort of humming, singing along. Uh, by the time it had finished the first chorus. So, I mean, like catchy enough that it's easy to follow, and then also just like really pleasant sounding. And that pre-chorus rise, the da 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 da, it was just so good, so nice. Yeah. Let's leave it at that and move on to the next ending, which is from Mayo Nakahata Tune. Something Tune into the Midnight Heart by wait, sorry, that's the name of the show. The ending, Koi no Kiseki by Soala. And I'm just gonna come in with the bass and the chimes, the bell tree. Oh no, just bass. Nice sort of. It's not a snap. It's not a snap on the drum on the percussion, but I do like the sound that it is. It might be an effect, like a filtered snap, mixed with like a castanet or something. Ooh. Ooh, her voice suddenly got more sultry. Ooh, she's got that nice slight whine. Ooh. Ooh, this chorus. Ooh. Okay, I wasn't super feeling the verse, but this chorus is ooh. This is so good. What? It reminds me of the ending from Sakura Quest from like I don't even know, like a long time ago. That show came out like 2014, 15, somewhere around then. Sakura Quest ending, the one by No Name. Oh, but like that I'm forgetting the name of it and I shouldn't be, but like same kind of vibe. Give me the chorus. Oh, it's such a good chorus. She's got some good power behind her voice. Something about it makes me think of like a Korean ballad almost. Because like I feel like Korean ballads do this like really powerful chorus like this. Nice. Nice quiet chorus cutting into like just the regular version of it. Oh, I can't even talk specifics. It's just like the voice, her voice, like being as powerful as it is, and then with specific mix. I don't even know what it is about the mix. I'd need to listen again to get more details about it, but oh, so good. God damn. Koi no Kiseki indeed. Miracle of the voice. Wow. Holy, what a good, wow, what a great, what an amazing song. Specifically for the chorus, but like, goddamn, that was, ugh. I was not expecting that. That reminded me again a lot of like some like really good K power ballads. Because again I feel like Korea does this kind of like Korean artists do this kind of power ballad a lot more than Japanese artists tend to. Um and something about it, I just like I think it's so good. It sounds like so amazing, and then the mix and everything had the same again like K power ballad types of vibes. Um and obviously K producers are some of like the best in the world, as we know from the explosion of K-pop's popularity. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Keep it short and sweet because that was just so good. So that's definitely a contender for top ending. So let's move on to the next one. The ending for Darwin Jihen, Turn It Up by Ako. The one I'm searching for. Very cool vibe. Very unique. Kind of a weird vibe, not gonna lie. Not okay, that car yeah, okay, yeah. Weird vibe. Interesting and kind of cool in its own way, but very weird. Very unique at least though. It's something unlike what we've heard thus far. Although it's not like crazy different, it's just like unique. Turn it up. There's some kind of high-pitched, like... That took me out of my immersion. What the hell? What is this? What is this narration? English narration. Random English narration in the middle. Yeah, there are a lot of like weird sound effects that they're adding into this. And I can't even say that they fit or don't fit the vibe because it's just very weird. What I was saying earlier that's come back for the chorus is like there's a high like well now it's gone again, but there's like a high sort of like jingly sound that I like. Almost like a Glock, but not quite so piercing. I do like this section. This is cool. Because I think we're getting a little bit more variation with some like flowing singing, whereas most of the verses up until this point have been like like very short staccato things. And like obviously the chorus, she's been doing like sort of more regular singing, but yeah, I don't know. This is a red one, so it is on the fence, and having I don't like that. I don't what was the reason for that? There's okay, so I was on the fence for this one, and I am still kind of on the fence, though I think I'm leaning more to it being not really one of the top endings of this season, just because I think it's very unique, and that's probably what caught my attention about it. Like, especially that very beginning part where it's just like, "You might be the one I'm looking for." Like that was like very cool, and I thought they were gonna incorporate like things like that pattern again later on, even with like not just doing it a cappella, but like just having it in there again. But they didn't. So that was sort of one of the issues I was saying earlier, where things get introduced at the beginning and never come back. But then there were also just like weird things throughout. There was like the car horn and some like weird wavy synth, non-musical synth things before the car horn. And then the dude's narration in English. I'm not sure what that was about. It's just a lot of weird things. I'm leaning more towards it not being a top song, but unique if nothing else. So yeah, that was that one. Let's move on to the next, which is Champignon no Majo, Champignon Witch, Kimi wa by Miss Uja. Oh, I hope this resolves the issue that I have with it in the 90-second version, because they end on a weird spot in the song, I feel like. Very calm. I can't remember how much it builds up, though, into the chorus. Very gradual, and oh, it was a build up, but then they cut everything they built up out. Very lullaby-esque, which is fitting for the visuals, which we're not watching, unfortunately, but also with what the show is kind of about. Oh, they really do just end the chorus on that like suspended minor chord. Weird. Makes it so much more ominous because we've got this like really pleasant, this lovely lullaby, an expression of love for whoever the you is supposed to be. In the case of the show, it's obviously between between Lise and main girl. Except that she has different feelings. Still held for Andi. Oh, it's so pretty and it's so lovely, and it's weird that they were just like, but we're gonna end it on this very unsatisfying chord that maybe we'll get a resolution to. Okay, we're just gonna okay, circling it back, okay? Staying in this nice, lovely vibe. Nice little okay. Do we get the resolution, please? Please? No! We don't. But there's an outro at least. Unless they leave us on that chord again. Okay. At least the outro has a resolution, but oh, that it's painful. It's like heartrending to have it with that like unresolved chord at the end of the chorus because we've had this such a lovely build up to it, and it's so pretty, it's so heartfelt, and then it's just like "Dun, dun, 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 dun." And it's why would you not resolve it? I'm not even saying this is like a detriment, but I'm like, because like I kind of get what they're going for with it, and so I'm not like I can't even complain about the fact that it does that. But oof, I just wish they, I wish they had not done it that way, um, because I want the resolution. I need to feel cathartic at the end of all that. But so pretty. Just again, I don't really use the word lovely ever, and I think I've said it many times just for this one song, but so pretty. Yeah. Keeping it short and sweet. So let's move on to the next ending, which is from Tomei Otoko to Ningen Onna, the Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife. Hoshimegane by Ishihara Kaori, her second in this list. Damn. Let's go. Opening vibes. This is what I'm more used to Ishihara Kaori's music sounding like. Although the one for the Mao Sama no Musume was very fitting. I do also love that her artwork is always just her with the anime characters. Ooh, okay. Are we gonna get a key change? Yes, we are. Damn, there we go. Ooh, interesting. Like kind of a chromatic fall there. Oh, this definitely should have been the opening because I don't even like the opening song for this show. Many layers, but I can clearly pick her voice out from all of it. So no matter how many things are all happening at once for this song, no. That is a funny way to end and transition back to the start of the verse. But it doesn't not work. It's just kind of like suddenly like da 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 da. Ugh. I feel like she just seems like she loves life. Ishihara Kaori. Like every song that I've heard from her, she just seems like she's happy. Like na, 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 na. And like not just her, but like because of the I guess the type of music that I keep hearing from her, it's always like these kinds of like upbeat, happy, like full arrangement types of mixes, and I feel like the musicians must also just like have a really fun time with all of it. Ooh. Fun guitar solo. Interesting that they didn't actually slow down. Like the vibe feels slower, but the drums kept going at the same tempo or uh same rate, same rhythm. Da, 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 na, 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 na. Oh, I don't even know what to say about this. It's just fun. I like it. It sounds fun. She sounds like she's having fun. The musicians sound like they're having fun. There's like a lot going on, but I never feel lost because I'm just following her voice and following it without any trouble. Ah. Well, 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 well. Fun little wah synth at the end. Well, well, well. Ah, yeah. Such a joy to listen to. She's just like always sounds like she's having so much fun, and I would love to work with her one day, but we've got to get up to that level before. And like honestly, I don't know if I could write something this like full on so consistently for someone like her, because like a lot of her music has these kinds of vibes where it's like big arrangements and at fast tempos. So yeah, but again, it would be really fun because it seems like everyone who is involved with her music making process is just like having the time of their life. So no specific comments about this song. It's just a lot of fun. So next up, we have the ending for Fate Strange Fake. What is this? This is Senzai Teki na Ai by 13.3 grams. I don't know if that's the name, but that's what it looks like. All right, this song reminded me a lot of Unison Square Garden writing the ending for Kekkai Sensei because it's the same vibes. It's just like all the characters like dancing. And this is like not the kind of song that should be the ending for Fate Strange Fake. But it is a fun song. Ooh, that bass, that slap. Listen to that slap. Ooh, okay, nice cutouts. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Whoever the bass player is like they're going crazy with this because they've got all these this crazy running bass line as well. But then they get the slap in the verse. Oh, yeah, it went really interesting, like cut-ins and outs. Female chorus, interesting. Just for the harmony. This does remind me a lot of Sugar Song and Bitter Step. Ooh, okay. Interesting key change for the bridge here. Ooh. Hmm. Guitar, go off. We got the horns. That was a weird metal sound, like a bell tree. A really quick, like, ding. Oh, I am liking all these upbeat endings. This is not a common thing for endings. Ooh. Ooh. Ah, okay. Well, that's about the ending chord that I thought, but the second last chord right before it was not what I was expecting, and it sounded like it was gonna end on that one, but uh wow, no. Another upbeat song that was just a lot of fun. I mean, I don't what do I say about it? Is good mix, good vibes, not exactly the vibes I'd expect for Fate Strange Fake, but when you watch the ending, it's like, oh, they're just dancing. So it's kind of the same as, again, Kekkai Sensen. Like, even the style of this song was the same as Sugar Song Do Bitter Step. So, yeah. And it's just like the characters dancing, even though the show itself is much more serious. I guess Kekkai Sensen was kind of goofy at times, but most of it, the overall story was more serious, and especially Fate. Fate takes itself very seriously most of the time, and this one certainly does as well. So to have this as the ending is kind of funny. But no, just like a really good, fun, upbeat song, and I like it a lot. I would need to think more if I wanted to get into specifics, but we're running low on time here, so I've got to keep going. So next up, we've got the ending for Seihantai Kimi to Boku. You and I are polar opposites. Pure featuring Hashimoto Eriko by Pastasta. That's a fun name. This also has an amazing visual sequence, but we're not watching it. Oh, I love the swing. Oh, such a nice swing to it. Is this the one where the chorus changes a lot, though? Which, to a good chorus, just very different? Guess we're gonna find out real quick. Yes! Oh! Oh! It's so good! Going from the swing to the straights, it hits so hard. And to really drive it home with this, like... I mean, it's calmed down from when it first came in, but the drums, oh. The mix doesn't do her voice a lot of favors, though. Like, I feel like it's a strong enough melody that I'm still following her voice, but, like, the mix is really overpowering her voice in terms of volume. But now it's fine. These levels are good. Very high strings and very like old-timey strings. Ooh, nice effect on the strings here though. Having them trail. This is a nice trail. Oh, that ooh. Very weird mix of things coming in all at once, okay? What is this drum? It is funny, like her singing, like the melody is so calming and like peaceful, but the mix is like go 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 go. And I have heard that work before. Hearing this now, it is a little bit weird. Like overall the mix is quite cute and like cutesy, that kind of vibe. But it does get a little overpowering at the chorus, and then especially because her melodic line is just like na da na, but they've got like go 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 dun 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 dun. It's just in this instance, I don't think it worked as well as they would have liked it to have, but not that it sounded bad. It just it didn't quite mesh as well as I think they would have hoped that it would. But overall, still a very nice song. I really like the swing, and the switch from the swung verses where you've got dun 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 dun, versus where you have your straight choruses like dun 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 dun, and everything is very like uniform. So it's a nice way to sort of contrast the verses from the chorus in a way that we might have heard it once in one of the other songs, but I don't know if they contrasted it or if it was just the whole thing was a little bit swung the whole time. But yeah, no, really fun, really nice. I thought it was cute. I just think the ending mix was a little bit off. But other than that, good stuff. So let's move on to the next ending from Uruashi no Yoi no Tsuki. Again, I forget the English title. Azalea no Kaze by Unison Square Garden. Again, they did the ending and the opening for this show. I do like that note before the last one there. I think it's his voice. His voice, because he has such a specific sound to his voice that it gives every song that they do the kind of Unison Square Garden vibe, which I guess you could argue is like the Nickelback problem because of Chad Kroeger. Not that he's a bad singer, but that he sounds the way he does. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because earlier I was saying every Unison Square Garden, even if it sounds different from each other, they all have this same kind of vibe that they can never seem to escape from, no matter how different the songs are from each other. Ooh, quite minor there. Ooh. Ooh, okay, that was a nice build out. Like unexpected, but also just like a nice pleasant sort of almost banjo like guitar solo to bring us out into the verse. Decent solo. It's definitely his voice. Okay. Guys, we've figured it out, chat. Unison Square Garden is the I don't want to call them the Nickelback because that would make people think I'm saying they're bad, but they're not bad, and neither is Nickelback. But they have the same problem because of the singer sounding the way that he does, making all of their songs sound kind of the same even if they're not. There's a lot of like fun little soloistic elements in this song. Hey, and a nice guitar strum at the end there. Okay. Yeah, I was focused more on the fact of having discovered what makes all of their songs kind of sound like the same vibe. And it's definitely the singer. It's the way he has such a unique voice, but it makes him stand out in a way, and the way that he sings in a similar style in a lot of the songs that they do. Um so even though this does sound quite different than the opening, it still is like, oh, it's him again. Not like, I don't want to say that in a bad way because I like the way that he sings. It's just like always sounds kind of like this. Um but yeah, I was focused more on that than I was on the actual song, which had some nice like soloistic elements. I liked all the little like guitar noodling and the guitar solo bits in it. Um, but otherwise, I wasn't paying enough attention to really make more of a detailed commentary or analysis on the song itself. But I enjoyed it. I also don't think it was like strong enough to be one of the top contenders, but it's still a very nice song. So let's leave it at that. I've got to pee again, but we have 8 more songs to get through before I've got to leave. So hopefully we can do that within the time frame. All right, we're almost there, chat. 8 left. Let's do this. So that was Uruwashi no Yoi no Tsuki. Okay, so the next ending that we've got is from Golden Kamui Final Season, The Ballad by Ken Yokoyama. Also very cool visuals for this one. Just having Sugimoto dancing. A good build in, doubling tempo. Oh, he's got such a punk voice. The quintessential Japanese punk singer voice. I can't even imitate it because I just sound like Louis Armstrong. As someone who is certainly not like a big fan of punk music, every once in a while it's cool, and I do love the vocals for punk, especially when it sounds like this guy, because oh. Okay, it stopped now, but I was about to say I really love the chugging guitar too. Guitar chugs. Chugga 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 chugga. Oh, it's so punk though. Like so just the definition of punk music. Which I feel like I've not actually heard a lot of punk music as anime, like Annie songs. Because even for like Nana, which was all about like, the punk aesthetic, they I don't feel like they were very punky. Ah, but it's a lot of fun. Ah. Na, 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 na. Okay, that's it. Just a really long held wow at the end. That's cool. And some, yeah. All right. I thought they were gonna do like a down 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 boogity boom kind of thing, but no. The ballad certainly was not a ballad, but we've gotten a lot of upbeat, intense ending songs to the point where it's like, are these ending songs? But I do like I like them a lot. This again, like I'm not the biggest punk fan. I'm not even really a punk fan, I would say, but every once in a while, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and I do like that song a lot. And just I think what aids it a lot is just the fact that he has that quintessential punk voice, like the growl, the "I've been smoking every day since I was 6. I was smoking out the womb" kind of voice, and just so much fun. Uh, I can't speak too much on it. That and the chugs. Love a good chugging guitar. So let's move on to the next one, which is the ending for Kaya-chan wa Kawakunai. Play More featuring Kaya-chan by Sak and Tao. Ooh, ooh, what a very cool but weird beat. What the hell? Yeah. Ooh, okay. That chromatic descent? Ooh, okay. A little whisper before we get in. I do like that it's actually like the mix is quite sparse. Like even though there are a lot of elements and layers to it, but they're kind of like they're not like texturally rich, so it feels like there's a lot of empty space, and that kind of like gives it this light sound. But it also makes all these like little twinkly sounds and like sound effects stand out so much more, playing into the horror aesthetic quite a bit. Ooh, Ooh. Oh, I fuck with this so much. This is so cool. What a vibe. Holy shit. Produced by Zera, says the album artwork. So good on you, Zera, because this is. I love this. What a sick beat. Not even saying that ironically. Like, that was. Oh, what a cool beat. Just like. I don't think I've heard a beat. I mean, I've heard. I guess I have heard beats like that are similarly weird in like the same kind of aesthetic, but not like this. I don't really know how to word it any better than that. That's like, whoa, like having all those like thin layers just like piled on top of each other. But so that it kept sounding sparse, even though like you were filling out all of the empty spaces. And it's like it's hard to describe because like it felt full, but it also felt like it was yeah, I can't even explain it that way. Like it's just oh, it was so much better than I was expecting. Like I kind of vaguely remembered how it sounded, but ooh. Okay, that I'm gonna highlight that one because I've highlighted my other one that I think could be a top pick of the season, but I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to get too into this and run out of time here. So next up, we've got the ending for Isekai no Sato wa Shachiku Shidai. Um, the state of the isekai depends on the corporate drone. I don't know what the English title is. Back to Back by Morisaki Win. This is a red one, so it's on the fence. Ooh, really nice vocals. Love those harmonies. What is the best way to describe this? Like a 50s ballad? A doo-wop ballad? Ooh. Ooh. With a 50s doo-wop with an 80s rock aesthetic. Because it's giving me Queen vibes almost. Queen if they were a 50s doo-wop band. Ooh, some interesting harmonies saying I love you, but then going into some dark harmonies there. He does sound very genuine as a singer. Like he's putting a lot of genuine emotion into the song. So it's very fitting with like obviously the lyrics being like this is a love song clearly. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, I love this mix. This is really good too. I'm gonna highlight this. I don't know why this was red. This is not an on the fence pick. The endings are like I'm leaving with a lot more. Ooh, ooh. I'm having a lot of stronger impressions with these endings than I was the openings, and that's very rare. I feel like it hasn't happened since I made my first like seasonal video way back in like when I like kind of starting my channel. What would that have been? Spring 21? Oh wait, no, I think it was summer 21 I called it. Like these endings are the new openings. Oh, such good harmonies. Oh, and the singing. Oh, and the mix. Oh, so good. Ah, I love that it was like I'm not. I think it was because of the choral harmonies. It was giving me something about those harmonies was making me think of Queen. Like obviously those were female vocalists, but it was giving me Queen vibes. But because they're like women, I think that's what was making me think more of the like the doo-wop style, and not the like doo-wop 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 doo-wop. Not the fast one, but like the slow 50s sort of vibe. And it's just like such a cool mix of that sound. And then he had a very good like heartfelt way of singing that song, so it felt very genuine. I'm not comparing him to Freddie Mercury, obviously not on that level, but you know, he's like very like good vibes all around. I've never heard of Morisaki Win, but I will perhaps check out more of his music if it's as good as that was. So yeah, that is definitely a contender. I've got 3 highlighted right now for endings, but we've got 5 more songs to get through, so we might just make this. So next up, we've got the ending for Oshinoko Season 3, Serenade by Natori. Natori is who I was thinking of when I was thinking of the singer who sounds bored when he sings. So I'm not really a big fan of Natori, just because, like, as cool as his music is, why does he always sound bored? The opposite of Morisaki Win. I like that there's like a sax in the very distant background. Key change. Sudden key change. But see, even when he's like, I'm being too critical, but it's because I have these feelings about Natori. Like, I really like the music and the song itself is very good. But he sounds bored. Why does he always sound bored? Very cool mix, though. That might have been the most emotion I'd heard him put into anything. But now, again, like, does no one else hear this? Because he's, like, exploded in popularity over the last year or two in Japan. But I don't get it. Very cool music, but he himself as a singer... Emotion! Emote, my dude. Like, out-of-tune piano? 2 pianos on top of each other, out of tune slightly. for that solo. Hmm. What do we say about this mix? Because every once in a while I can hear some of the things in the background, but like they put the drums so much at the forefront that it's actually drowning out a lot of what's making the textures really interesting. Okay, so what I will say about that mix is I wish they had brought out the sort of background layers a little bit more, um, like, and then made the drums maybe a little bit less loud, just so that we got like a better sort of mix of everything. Because I feel like all I was getting was the drums, and like obviously you hear the textures of everything, but um, I was trying to like strain to listen to what they were actually doing, and there were some cool things going on in the background, but they were always so in the back that they were just sort of like a wash of texture to fill out the empty space. Um so a little disappointed with this song. I mean like again, Natori makes a lot of really cool music, but you don't need to hear me complain more about his style of singing, and it's always kind of like this. So I don't know why he always sounds bored, but he does. And yeah, the mix for this, I th- I think it has like an overall a cool vibe, but like because you can't really hear the elements that are making it cool, it just disappointing. So I'll leave it at that, and let's move on to the next one. So the next ending is season 2 of Frieren, The Story of Us by Mile. So don't you worry. That's the only thing I know. We do love Mile. The story I lied of I. As a Canadian, I must also point out that she briefly lived in Canada, even if it was Quebec and the French part. I am obligated as a Canadian to point out any Canadian artists or Canadian related artists. So pretty. I did hear that Evan Call didn't write this one. He wrote the freerun, the first freerun ending, but this one he just did the arrangement, which, as you can hear, really nice way to bring in the full arrangement into the chorus here, with that big heavy hit. Just so pretty. What a pretty song. In a very different way than the Champignon Witch ending was. But still, wow. It has just become extremely Evan Call coded. Really nice harmonies there. Ooh, I like the rise in this. Nice cutout. Yeah, 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 yeah. I also really like that in the arrangement, it's constantly changing. Like, obviously, we're hitting all the same, we're getting the same, like, the chord progressions that we need to make the song consistent and everything. But, like, the parts that are making up those chords are, like, they each have, like, slightly different lines from before. So, like, nothing sounds quite the same as it's progressing. Like, the strings and the woodwinds and stuff are doing different things as it's going along. I don't know if I like the woodwinds doubling her singing there, but not my choice. Ooh, okay, that was the slightly or slightly late. Sorry, going down to our folk root elements, claps and chants. Na, na, na. This feels like a movie. I like. How do I explain it? This song feels like a film. I think it's because of the orchestral nature. Like the nature of having an orchestra for a song gives it that vibe. But oh, hmm. Interesting chord to end it on, but also understandable. It wasn't like the most suspended chord that they could leave it off on, but they did have it unresolved, specifically because the line that she says, the story has only just begun. So like you leave it open for more to continue. The story will continue. Kind of vibes. But yeah, no, very like Sasuga Evan Call for writing such like a big orchestral beautiful arrangement for the supporting parts of all of this. Um yeah, no, I feel like I watched a movie even though I watched nothing but my own screen and just listened to a song, a 4.5 minute song. Um just I think I said most of what I wanted to say. Like the constant evolution and changing of parts throughout the song really just like elevated it. I think gave it that sort of like movie-esque quality as well. Mile, one of my favorite singers for like quite a few years now. And yeah, just like very very nice. I don't know if it's my favorite specifically of the endings because we've had so many amazing songs, but like definitely deserves to be here in this list as one that I was not on the fence about. It just deserves to be here. So yeah, good stuff. We've got three more. So next we have the ending for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Yoake no Uta by Joji. Not that Joji, J0 so no Filthy Frank up in here, but maybe one day. Again, I've not watched this show, so I don't know this ending like at all. Ooh, nice vocal line. Ooh, right. But with some creeping dark harmonies. Ooh, what is the vibe? It's like it's very bright, but there are like dark elements to it. It's a lot brighter than I was expecting it to be. These chord progressions, at least. Ooh, organ. This is a weirdly like biblical song. Again, not lyrics wise. I'm not listening to the lyrics. Oh. Oh. I'm I'm so intrigued by this song, but I don't even know what's drawing me into it. I think it's because I keep expecting it to go into a darker direction, and it just keeps getting brighter. And now we've got the full chorus to support him. Ooh! Ooh, really nice transition there. And it's like the sound of each section is also very different from previous ones. Like it keeps changing the way it sounds in each section. I really like that. Oh, what did I just listen to? That was it was a lot. It was very good, like very cool. He's a good singer. Um really nice vocal line. Not that I can say it was the easiest to follow, like I couldn't sing along with it or anything, but like oh, very intrigued for reasons I can't explain very well. I think it just kept going in directions that I wasn't expecting because it just kept getting brighter and brighter. I mean, Yokin Ota, so like a song of dawn. Uh, like obviously the vibe is supposed to be like quite bright, but that part with the organ, I was like, oh, okay, it's churchy and like there's kind of some dark vibes going on, but no, it just kept getting brighter and brighter and like more uplifting. And again, because I'm not watching season 3 of this, I don't know. Uh, what Jujutsu Kaisen is really what's happening in it anymore. Um, but very interesting, very cool song. I don't really, I can't explain why I'm so pulled in, drawn into this, but I am, and it's very cool. That's as descriptive as it's gonna get for me. So anyway, let's move on to the next ending, which is from Eris no Seihai, The Holy Grail of Eris, Comedia by Tamura Yukari. Ooh. Cool atmosphere. Her voice was not what I was expecting for this song, but okay. She's a voice actress, right? I don't know what she's acted in. I can't think right now what I've heard her voice in, but yeah, she's definitely a voice actress and not just a singer. Not a bad transition, but kind of sudden to just have everything come in like that. Oh, I do like that. That was a nice cutout. Ooh, is that a viola? Damn. Viola gang, rise up. Cool strings. Cool string writing in this. Ooh, I like that, passing off that little run from the piano to the guitar. From her voice even, too. Dun, dun. I feel like the build-up is too short between the verse. Like, there's not really a pre-chorus, it just kind of, like, builds in for one count, 4 count, and then it's like, alright, we're in it. Okay. Very intense. Yeah, very intense bridge section there. Okay, I can see why this one was kind of an on-the-fence pick for me. Again, I'm not watching this show either, so I don't really know this song that well either, but... It's okay. There are a lot of, like, cool elements. I really like the composition. Or, no, not the composition. I like the arrangement a lot. Like, whoever wrote for the instruments and arranged all of them, like, really well done. Really nice writing and, like, cool things. But, like, the composition of it is a little bit strange. We have these really intense sections interspersed with, like, these really calm sections without much of a transition. Sometimes the cut-ins and cut-outs are good. But, like, when they try to transition it, it's always too short. But, like, something like this is a very pretty outro. So I can't really even complain about... Yeah, I can't really complain about the arranging, but it's the composition is a little bit weird. Yeah, not my favorite song we've heard today, but, it's fine. It's alright. It's whatever. I'm not going to say too much more about that, because now we're on to our last ending, which I don't know why I've colored in red. I guess I didn't really click with the song right away, but now that I've heard it a few times, I do. It is from the Boku no Kokoro no Yabai Yatsu movie, the Dangers in My Heart movie. The ending song, Akane by Yorushika. Yeah, let's just get to it. Because this movie was also part of the winter season. I've also been listening to a lot of Yorushika. Their new album, the first song off the new album, is like just crazy time signatures in it. What is it called? Become a Cloud or something? Just, oh, such a cool song. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I do love that transition. It's very sudden. But something about the way that it happens in this song, because it's just like an explosion. It's like suddenly she's going from her very low singing voice to like this very like intense belt, and you bring in the whole arrangement too, which is not like a lot. There's not a ton of instruments in this song, but oh, I will say that between this and the other song they did for Bokuyaba, which is Shayo, the first opening, I much prefer the first opening to this song. This song I still love, but Shayo is probably one of my favorite uh songs to have come from an anime. Cool counter melody almost in the bass. Although it's gone now. Hmm. It is really funny though that they have an Arhu in this. Like, what a weird instrument to just like. That's a so an Arhu is the Chinese violin essentially. What a strange instrument to put in this mix that already doesn't have that many instruments in it. And I don't think I even noticed it until this listen. Funny, like it's just a funny instrument to mix in with all of this. It's like, oh, because it has such a specific sound. Clap, clap. Okay, we're gonna pause because I don't know if it's gonna try and play like a random recommended song after this. And that's it. That is the end of the endings and the end of all the songs for Winter 2026 that we're gonna go over. I don't really have a lot of comments on that last song. I do love it a lot. But I also can see why I put it on the fence because I don't think it's that strong of a song in the sense of the way that I think about how I kind of judge all of these songs. Um it doesn't have a lot of elements that I can specifically point to and be like, I love this. And like even though there are sometimes songs that I have a hard time really expressing why I love them so much, I can kind of give you the vibes and stuff. This one I think it took me a few listens and I was like, "Oh, it's grown on me." And I like it. I do like it a lot. But yeah. So anyway, why don't I start with the openings? So I won't bother. Actually, I guess I should pull it up. So I'm going to just drag myself over again, and then I'm gonna hide this for a second so that I can pull up what I think is my favorite opening. The opening I've already decided on. I have made my decision on that. And as I mentioned, I think I had a lot of way more strong reactions to the endings this time around than the openings. So this time around the openings actually didn't take me too long. So my top opening of the season for winter of 2026, if I can find it, is the opening for Golden Kamui, the final season. This one just like I'm not gonna try and talk over it. Yeah, this one, Awich and Ali, just like I love the way that they just like were able to do everything basically. What am I trying to say with it? Like I'm a little fried right now. We've been going for a while. But just the way that they were able to switch the vibes from like the intense singing to like the calm rap, even though the rap, like I've got it playing now again, but the rap itself is not as intense as you would expect, because usually rap, you think, oh, when they're singing and rap in one song together, usually the rap part is more intense and then the singing is more calm and flowing. But in this case, the rap is a little bit more subdued, while the singing is like wah! And I just love the way they were able to contrast with that. And then also just like such a cool vibe, just such a cool mix of everything that was going on. And it's so good. Golden Kamui, that is the second time they have won one of these picks from me, and now I'm gonna hide this again so I can decide on my top ending. Right now it's between three actually. But I think, you know what, I think I know what my top pick is. That's actually not too difficult of a debate. So let me pull it up. Hold. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Oh, there it is. And for the endings, my top pick is the ending for Mayonaka Hato Tune, Koi no Kiseki by Soala, the one that sounds like a K ballad. It's just like the vibe of it just like gets me so like this is such a song that I vibe with so much. And like the other two that I was trying to decide between were the ending for Kaya-chan wa Kowakunai, that had all like the cool like not rap, but shoot, what was I trying to say about it? But anyway, it was the Kaya-chan and the Isekai no Sata wa Shachiku Shidai, the Morisaki Wind song. Very heartfelt and very cool, but like just listen to this chorus. I guess you can't listen because it's not coming through stream, but oh, oh, that is amazing. Just it's so good. And like the fact that it reminds me of Sakura Quest's ending, which that had I been doing YouTube and stuff back then, that would have been like my top pick of that season. I still listen to that ending every now and then. Frisia, that's the name of it. Frisia. If you have time, check out Frisia by No Name. But such a good song. And that's it. That is the that's everything from this season that I listened to, at least. I did again go out of my way to pick some songs that from shows that I'm not even watching. So hopefully you found some cool songs in this list. These playlists are gonna stay public. I'm not gonna get rid of them or anything. So if you guys wanna check them out at any time, feel free. If people find this VOD and want to follow along, the playlists will still be up and available. As long as all the songs stay available to listen to, then you'll be able to follow along with the video and just see which songs you like, and if you agree or if you disagree. But hey, I'm running out of time here, so I've got to wrap this up quick. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know there weren't a lot of viewers, and I wasn't expecting any because I didn't make an announcement about this or anything. But if you enjoyed this, make sure to, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitch if you feel like it. I don't really know how Twitch works because I'm not a streamer, and I don't really watch streamers. I watch their VODs or videos on YouTube after they've been edited down. But hey, I do occasionally stream. I might actually continue streaming after this at the place I'm going to. I'm actually going to go see my band do their first performance without me. So I might do that on Twitch just because I don't We'll see. I'll just pull something up, and then if I decide I don't want to do it, then yeah, we'll do it like that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Do that stuff. Links in the description for other socials and whatever. And thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. But until then, which might just be in like a half hour here. Yeah, I'll see you guys around. So thanks again. Bye.